Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG, and we're located on the north spawn of Minsk under the command of Oveone. Now, I know that there's no mark of excellence on the barrel of that M44, but he is very, very close to getting a mark on this barrel. And battle has commenced. Well, based on the chassis of the M41 Walker Bulldog, it's a 155mm howitzer in a swivel mount, and that gives it a wide arc of fire and a big hitting power. Now, M44s can deliver a shell every 16 seconds if they've got premium consumables and a good crew, and that makes it very devastating, this Arty. In fact, it's a lovely little piece of kit, and I think a lot of people do like their M44 a lot. I certainly do. And he's found his firing position right next door to the river, and he's setting up, ready to shoot. Okay, we've got some targets over on the east side of the battlefield. Actually, we're not on the north, we're in the south, actually. Should have realised that. Okay, going for the Type 64. We're loaded. Round out. It's going to move into shot. Yes. 98 hit points to splash there. And he's got a 16.1 second reload, just as I said, because he has got a good crew and he uses premium consumables. And that Type 64 is sitting there at that entrance because we've got a tank in the tunnel. Okay, moving over. There's a T-3485 there, but it's gone unsighted. Going for the Type 64 again. Dialing in and round out. And a splash hit for 154. All of these are useful hits. And the Type 64 has taken another hit, so he picked up some stun assist. There's the T-3485. Trying to shoot at our tanks in the tunnel. I think it was an MT-25. We fire around it and we kill the Type 64. It was only a few hit points he had left, but he's now out the game, which makes it possible for our M445 to move through. T-3485 is the next shot, round out. Oh, only splash, but it was a stun splash, but it was close. It was on the steps. You'd think it was just outside splash radius. Just outside. Now, we don't know where the T-3485 has moved. And there doesn't appear to be any other enemy tanks in view at the moment. Just that Stug, and he's on the west side, but we can't hit him, he's behind a building. We can't get shots on these tanks because the buildings are in the way. And we fire around in at the AMX M445 and we get a hit there. 232, that's a good strike. They are moving south because there's no defenders on the east side of the map. So it looks to me like Obi-Wan's positioning, where he has positioned, is quite good, because at this rate those enemy tanks are going to make it all the way to the K line and be able to come up on the cap that way. And there's a good splash hit on the 3001. They're going to move around the monument in a sec, and we're not going to be able to fire at them again until they come onto the K line and we pop round the side of the buildings. We've lost sight of them. We fired around him blind and no joy. Well, there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks been spotted near their cap area, and some of them look to be AFK. Or maybe they're not, because that GW Panther is in a position to fire. Rounds out on him. Long flight. And we've killed him! It was a very long flight time for the shell. 3.5 seconds for the shell to arrive, but it hit right on top of that GW. Took him out the game. Now there's another enemy, Arty, a gorilla. It's been seen nearby. I think he's actually slightly lower down. There's the T-3485. Managed to get into our south area. Near the roundabout. And there's an AMX M445, more high priority target, and a direct hit on him for 264. He's stunned, he's backing away. He's actually a one shot now. He knows it, and he's got to get into cover. If we can hit him again, he's dead. We're almost ready. round out. Now. And should get him. Yes, it does. 160 hit points. And that's our third kill. The T-3485 goes down. But there is somebody in the cap. Yes, as I did say earlier, I suspected that somebody would get to the cap. And they have. Now, the cap is around the corner. And if we go around the corner, the enemy's probably going to see us. We knock the tree over. It might be a good idea to get behind that tree now. I know I normally say don't knock a tree down because it tells everyone where you are. But in this instance, you need that extra cover. He's firing into that corner. He didn't get a reset, which means the enemy is not in that corner. He must be around the corner next to those buses or nearby. There's a VK3001H making his way to the cap. Lining up a shot. Round out. And it should be a splash. It is.
That was close.
83 hit points. He stopped just at the moment we fired. So we missed out on direct hits. But there is still one enemy in that cap area. And we're still reloading. If we can get the reset, we'll get a defender now. Because we've got over 70 cap points. He's fired the round in. And he gave the reset! So that's the defender medal. Now, there's a 1301 and he's been killed. He was taken out by our gorilla. And there's the T-34-2G. He hit in the most obvious position. It's not the best position to be in. And now Oveone has killed him. And that means there's only 3 enemy left. There's only 4 left on our team. But both of our arties are scoring good hits. T-34 up in the north, or Type T-34, firing against that P-43 Biz. He's a higher tier opponent, but he's using that ground to try and get hits. We fired a round in to try and help him. But unfortunately, the P-43 got him. Or was it the Nashorn? No, it's the P-43. And we've got a Nashorn here now. There are only 3 enemy tanks remaining. One of those is the Gorilla. And he's in the south. Now, we really ought to get into a position where we can assist. I think those P-43 Biz and the Nashorn will come down the west side of the map. So it might be a good idea for us to relocate to a position where we can intercept them as they come down that side of the map. If the gorilla is still in our end of the map, the Sturra Mill can take him out. If we do meet him face to face, we can shotgun him. Now, an ideal position to be in would be in those bushes. And there's the gorilla! Okay, we're lining him up for a shotgun. And in fact, actually, we've gone to overhead aim and fire around it. Oh, we missed! And we're trying to move now to get out of the way of the gorilla's return shot. He's got a 15cm gun. He misses us. So now we can drive up to him because his reload is longer than ours. We've also aimed onto him. And he's killed before we can get the shot on. The Sturra Mill took him out. That's annoying because we could have taken that kill ourselves. We would have got him the second time round. We'd auto-aimed. And of course he was still in reload. Okay, it looks like we're going to drive down the east side of the map. The worry here is, of course, the enemy might know that after our encounter with the gorilla. So he might have taken up defensive positions to shoot at us. Now, Sturra Mill is very, very slow, I'm afraid. It's one of the slowest TDs in the German inventory. Now, there's only one enemy left because the P-43 Biz has just crashed. So we've only got the Nashorn to worry about now. I don't know why he crashed. He must have flipped over accidentally. But it means only one enemy left to deal with. If it'd been 2, I think I would have been concerned. But now it's only 1. Now Oveone's going to start capping. Hopefully the Sturra Mill will turn up. I'm pretty certain that Nashorn will still be in the north area, but it'll be difficult for him to see Oveone unless he drives through that tree, because that tree is effectively camouflaging Oveone. mind you, the enemy might know where Oveone is, or at least he might be able to take a guess. Now the Nashorn is based on the same chassis as the Hummel. Uses an 88mm gun. But we've got a 155mm howitzer to aim at him. And if he does get close, he'll get shotgunned. Oh, we just lost our Grilla, which means the Nashorn is definitely in the south of the map. Because the Grilla was right down at the south end near our own cap. The Sturmill is guarding the way to stop the enemy from coming back. And the Sturmill's seen the Nashorn. He's stuck in the center. We could actually get into a position to shoot. We are going to do that. And we don't need to worry. The Nashorn's been taken out. The Sturmill got him. Our shell lands just over the bank. It wouldn't have been a hit, but the Sturmill did his job and took out the Nashorn. So, game over. And here's the end of battle result. It's a second class tanker for Oveone in the M44. He didn't get his mark, but he got incredibly close to it. Incredibly close. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 16. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4 exactly, but he did pick up the defender medal. When he got the cap reset on that, was he, was there, was he? No, it was a T-34 2G FT that he killed. That was the one that was capping. And when he got the reset, that was more than 70 cap points, so it was enough to get the defender medal. So let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. He didn't get the highest damage. By getting the kill, the Sturmill guaranteed that he got the highest amount on his team with 2,090. But the highest scorer actually was the Nashorn. He picked up the high caliber with 2,321 hit points. And he got that as well when he took out the Grilla at the end. Then came the next highest scorer was the M44 of Oveone. 1,552 hit points. When it came to the number of kills, it was Oveone and the Nashorn with both 4 kills. Then came the Sturmill with 3 and a whole bunch of tanks with 2. And when it came to base XP, it was the M44 of Oveone who got the high score, 963. Then came the Sturmill with 863, and finally the M18 Hellcat with 747. Oveone fired 19 rounds. He got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration, 9 splash. Damage of 1,552 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy and damaged them, and killed 4 of them. He did 565 hit points of stun assistance off 11 stuns. He managed to get 89 defense points when he reset the cap, and he got 88 cap points when the enemy Nashorn was taken out by the Sturmill. On a premium account, he earned 36,608 credits. He got 4,027 credits for a personal missions payout, and after ammunition resupply, he took away 31,040 credits. He received 1,445 XP, times 2 for the first victory, and a personal missions payout of 159, meaning he took away 3,049 XP. So he didn't get the mark this time round, but I'm sure that he will get the mark very shortly. It won't be long before we'll probably be seeing a replay from Oveone, which does have a mark on his M44. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.